Talks on ABS Radio and Television. I am Eze Onwoji. Ahead of 2023 general elections, which will kick off on Saturday with presidential and national assembly elections, the Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU Youth Wing, has organized this interactive session with all senatorial candidates of political parties for 2023 general elections on ABS Radio and, of course, TV. And today, we are hosting candidates from Anambra South Senatorial Zone. And we have in the studio distinguished Senator Dr. Patrick Ifanyoba Ebubechukwu, a senatorial candidate for YPP, a Young Progressive Party, and of course, sitting senator for Anambra South Senatorial Zone. Ebubechukwu, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, we are expecting Colonel Architect Jeff Onyejebu, PhD, candidate for Anambra South under NNPP. And of course, Barrister Obinna Ozo, a Labour Party candidate. And Honorable Chris Azobogo, senatorial candidate for ABGA, sitting House of Reps member for Newi South, Newi North Federal Constituency. I also have with me here Comrade Ken Okoli, National President, ASATU Youth Wing. Comrade, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And also Comrade Emma Ezike, Governor, ASATU Youth Wing. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All of us were partners in progress here. So,
all right.
Yes, Ebubechukwu, let's look at your activities at the Senate. Let's know more about you. And then your activities at the Senate, any views so far?
Well, I don't think many people will be asking more about me because I am grounded. This is my state, and I have been around Anambra and activities politically and then also commercially. For me, going to the Senate was to help in actualizing my vision to ameliorate, develop, the suffering of the masses, to touch lives using the constitutional means of governance to, better the lives of my people. So for me, I have taken that job from day one, and I'm not relenting. I continue moving beyond in fact, the limitations that many of my followers came to testify that they never knew I will. Today, I am the only senator in the whole country, for the past 20 years that has brought a bill that is giving Nigeria close to 800 billion annually. My deep offshore bill, Inland Act. So the president signed that bill in his hospital bill in London. And that bill today is a game changer. Nobody has ever. And that bill gave the name, a nickname for me as the Prince of the Senate. And then going forward to look at, it's just somebody from a relatively unknown party coming forward to push for this kind of bill. You can imagine what we have done. I want to thank you for that.
All right. Let's look at security. Security is not a major challenge in Anambra South.
Stop.
Yes, we want to know. We want to know how you have assisted as a sitting senator to tackle the issue, and how specifically you intend to do more.
Well, fast forward. I believe security challenges is something that has been bothering Anambra as a state, but also for us from the south. It's giving us a lot of sleepless nights. So I have taken up a very big, laudable project which the governor came to commission a few days ago to help in securing my people. So I have 4 pillars that I have been running. Let me just use the 3 pillar, help to lighten up Anambra State so that we come out of darkness, secure Anambra State, which is what we are doing in terms of security, setting up a security architecture that will nip our insecurity challenges, and then also empower the Anambra State. So empowerment in terms of what we, how we uplift the lives of our people. So these are the three cardinal points, and then I've been following that, creating infrastructures that touches the life of people, which is part of the empowerment project. So for me, it's not easy, but I am doing well. But I have a major challenge, in coming here today. This was well advertised, this meeting, and I was expecting to see all the candidates contesting the senatorial election with me. Unfortunately, I've been here since 11 o'clock, which was the time it was agreed upon, and this is after 1, and I have not seen anyone, major contenders who are who are coming to contest with me. I mean, I don't think I wanted to have a one-on-one discussion, because we've had this one-on-one with ASATU, and under ASATU platform, which is a very strong platform for Anambra youths, I believe that people should take the youths very serious. I have a flight that I canceled this morning, and I have another one that I don't even know if I'm going to meet. So I thought I will have this debate from 11 o'clock, maybe before 12:30. I'm done. To catch my flight by 2 o'clock in Asaba. Unfortunately, I didn't see any of them. So it means that they don't even have a value for the youth or ASATU, or also constitute a station like ABS. I think it's worth condemning, sir.
This could be a plus for you, being responsive to the yearnings of the electorate. Well, I have Ken here. Ken, you'll have to throw 1 or 2 questions.
Okay, I'll distinguish Senator. First and foremost, let me appreciate you for honoring our invitation. And it's not easy, knowing fully well the busy schedule you have within the short time frame we do have now, because the election is coming up on the 25th of this month. Having said that, we want to ask you, distinguished Senator, you are a sitting senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Anambra South Senatorial District, and you want to go for second term. We want to know, what are you going to do this time around that is going to be different, especially in the area of youth development? A lot of our young people are unemployed. Most of them are going through depression. Most of them are, in fact, hopeless. How are you going to help to tackle the issue of unemployment, youth restiveness, which is one of the reasons for the high level of insecurity we have in our system today? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. He did not address the issue of my colleagues not coming to the studio, not coming to the debate. I think I would have wanted you to address that issue, and at the same time appreciate and apologize, for bringing me here with the hope of seeing people that I want, because I would have wanted to, punch out so many fallacies they have been spreading, and even those that wants to contest, and we look at our strength in terms of who are we, or what do we represent, or what do we want to. Well, let me go straight to your question. So, you don't go to National Assembly without being prepared. Yeah. I have the list of committees that I am in, over 30 committees in the National Assembly, in just my first tenure. If you see any politician that is in the National Assembly, you need to ask the person to give you the committees. This is how we intend to support and help the youth, the question you asked me. Because, for example, I am the vice chairman of Petroleum Upstream. So from NNPC, everything that has to do with petroleum sector in this country, I am the vice chairman. This is the first time 2 Southerners are heading that committee. So I can tell you issues about that. I can tell you issues about downstream. I'm a member. I can tell you issues about custom and exercise committee. What is happening, the current affairs in that customs. I can tell you what is happening in marine transport, NNPA, employment, and all these things. I can tell you what is happening in the local content. What we're having in all the local content, the gas plant, and so many other jobs that is going on within the local content of Nigerian industry. committee on sports, what we have been doing on sports. The minister just came here to open the biggest sports club in the whole of Southeast that I launched in a few weeks ago. So I can tell you things about that. I can tell you things that is okay in the media and public affairs of the Senate. I am there. I can tell you what is happening in Nigerian police affairs, the issues of recruitment, the tussle between the executive and then the police commission in terms of recruitment. And I can tell you issues because I'm a member of the committee. I can tell you issues about what is happening in FEMA, Federal Road Emergency Maintenance Agency, you know. So that is my committee. I can tell you what is happening in FEMA about roads, how they can come and support the governor, you know, to advance the cost of our roads. I can bring the MD because I'm a member. I approve their budget. Okay? I'm part of the people that approve their budget, not only me. Okay? So I can tell you what is happening in Committee on Finance in Nigeria. From the Minister of Finance to everybody in the system, what is happening about this Naira circulation. I can tell you because I'm in that committee. I can tell you what is happening in Army today with the issues of armies involvement in even in the electoral processes, in also posting of armies in different areas in terms of insecurity that we have here. I can tell you my interaction with the Chief of Army Staff. That is it. You don't just send someone to the National Assembly. So I would have started from that point, asking you, who is that person that is representing you? How many committee are you? Because first and foremost, you need to be able to have the capacity to lobby and be involved in that committee. We start from there. I can tell you for sure, no one that can come in here that is a representative of our people here today that is in up to 12 committees, from the senators down to the House of Assembly, House of Representatives. But I am in 30 committees, and this is the documentation. These are the letters of my appointments. I have everything. I came prepared. So I can tell you about that. I can tell you what is happening in judiciary. I can tell you what is happening in INEC. I can tell you how many commissioners that we have been able to screen. I can tell you about the electoral laws. That's why some of them doesn't understand. They call them lawmakers that don't know law. Because they don't understand the sequence. They are not part of the processes. So I can tell you what is happening in health, both secondary and tertiary. I can tell you what is happening in Niger Delta. I can tell you what is happening in power. I can tell you what is happening in banking, insurance, and other financial institutions. I can tell you what is happening in aviation, interior, anti-corruption, financial crime, water resources, agriculture, and rural development, works, host communities, a new committee that was just selected. I can tell you what is happening in Navy. There was a national security and intelligence, appropriation, Air Force, you know, and then FCT. So if I can give you information about what is happening, then you will understand if I'm prepared or not. And that is why when you have a debate with me, with any of them, they will run away. Because they are not in tune with what is happening in the National Assembly. They don't have the capacity to lobby. They don't have what it takes. They can only talk at the back and claim what they are not, or claim other people's projects. But I can tell you, because you cannot say what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. If you are not working in an ABS, you can't be talking about AIT. You are not a member of AIT. You can't be discussing issue of editorial board of AIT or Arise. When you are not a member, you are just a member of ABS. I mean, that is it. So I can give you information, and that's how you know who is prepared. Who is prepared. So with all this relevant in my first tenure, if you give me opportunity, I will consolidate on this information and then start giving people. It is time for me, because most of the management, most of the executives of this committee or institutions under these committees passes through our screening processes. So that is where you love it. That's where you know who and who. That's where you can tell them that they must give you somebody from your constituency, jobs and things like that. That is where you negotiate. Do so. If you are not there, you can't. I have seen lawmakers saying they are attracting this, they are attracted that, but they are not a member of the committee. How can you just enter into a bank with ID card and you are not a worker in that bank? I mean, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And if somebody claims such, it could be easy. It could be easy to puncture when you face him in a table of debate. And that's why I came prepared. And I thought they would come here since 11 o'clock. And this is after 1.
Right. Emma?
Okay, so sorry, the most distinguished. Regards the absence of other contestants with you, we may not know exactly what is the cause, but as it is, we have not seen them, and we have not seen them. But the youth of Anambra South, yes, we have been calling and promised on the way that this, that.
How can somebody be on his way if you really understand the importance of being a legislator, and you have appointment on by 11 o'clock? It's either you say I won't be there, or you are there. You can't be telling somebody on the way, and then I will be here and will waste the whole of my day.
Yeah,
for somebody.
The truth is that
it is totally unacceptable to ASATU.
Exactly.
Totally unacceptable to this institution, ABS. Totally unacceptable to Anambra citizens.
Actually, it sounds as a serious negligence to the youth, and I'm happy the present General is there, so we have taken note of that, and we're actually going to address that at the end of today's section. Then you keep on saying about this lobby, and we understood that it's just like in a field of 10 where people are meant with a specific something. For you to get above what is meant for you, you actually need to do 1 or 2 the lobby things in order to get more. And what I want to ask to be specific is about health. You know, we know during the COVID-19, you and your friends, Anambra Progressive, attracted a lot of hospitals, I think about 3 or 4. And recently, going back, we don't really know what's your plans towards those hospitals. I don't know, because at times, the federal government properties are not being well managed. So how do you intend to add to the lives of the people in your constituency to make sure they have a very good access to health care?
Okay, health is wealth. I mean, we started during COVID. Few months after being inaugurated, I gathered my friends for the very first time in the history of Anambra, if possible in the history of this country. My friends were able to raise over £500 million, which we deployed in putting up a health center in Anambra University Teaching Hospital in Newi, and fully completed and moved in, and there's patients there today. And that hospital is supervised under the supervision of both the management of Anambra Progressive and then also the hospital. We have one in Anambra University here in Oka. And then there's one also which we are building in Onisha Archdiocese in Onisha. But we have also departed from that because the one we are building is moving. The one in Unizik is already functioning.
Yeah.
And then the one in Anambra University, this is the first time, and I did this in my brainchild. And nobody has ever done this. So it shows that you, not just being a legislator, but you can be able to lobby your friends, move your people, get them, because if they don't trust you, if they don't support you, they won't be able to raise such amount of money. You need to convince your people on a project, convince them to put in resources, and then also implement that resources towards what it was meant for, and at the same time get and then start seeing it moving. That's what we have done. But departing from there, we have also initiated St. Patrick Hospital in Ola Ekulobia. In my very first tenure, we deployed 200 million naira into that project for the Diocese of Ekulobia. We have also done one in Oga, which is they are all functioning. We also have the one, our federal centers. We brought in federal presence in our constituency for the very first time. And we have converted the federal centers with we started that project with a clinic, which we have committed to the host communities. So now if you go to, in Newi South, you have one in Ukbo that is almost completed, that will be launched in a few days' time. You have the one in Mbosi, in Ihiala. You have one in Orifite for Ekusigo. You have one in Nanka for Orumba North. You have one in North Asia for Orumba South. So if you look at my 7 senatorial districts, my 7 local government in my senatorial district, I have a medical center in every of these local governments. So this is, nobody has ever done this in the history of Anambra South. In just one tenor. A first timer, putting medical centers and hospitals in every local government of his constituency. And they are there. And then you see people spending 12 years without one single investment, a monument that will last at least, that will be there for the next 2 generations, 2 decades. Let me use it for example. So you can't be talking about you are representing the America and you don't involve in building institutions that will support the healthcare of people. So I, including people that have spent 12 years, no one has done it. And I want, it would have been a way of, getting everybody so that we can also, competition bring the best in everything. I'm not trying to condemn. Anybody will have his own way. If you decide to go your law book or you want to be sleeping, they will collect your budget. I mean, that is their own cup of tea. For me, I went there I know what I went for. We have been the ones sponsoring politicians, using our business background. But today, they all failed us. I decided to take the mantle so that I can prove a point that the senator can bring a budget that will be shaking the entire nation. A budget that the president will be signing his hospital bed outside the shores of his country. It never happened in the history of legislature before. For a sitting president to sign a budget, to sign a bill outside the shores of his country. That shows the importance of that bill to Nigeria, and shows the importance of also the opposing lobbyists who were hell-bent in trying to lobby, because we went to fish a blunder that the government contract they committed in signing away our oil resources to major deep drillers. And we brought that contract and we found the lacuna in that contract. We were able to amend it. And the money started flowing into Nigerian ports, 800 billion every year. I mean, that is something that is remarkable. It has never happened in the last 20 years of our, So anyway, that's one of the, I don't want to, because if I continue to narrate you, I will drive you out of, because there's so much.
Yeah, before we take a very quick break, let me take you on education. According to Justice Chukwudifo put out blessed memory, education is a companion which no misfortune can depress. Once you are educated, and it enhances what anyone does. What's your plans for a continuous education scheme in your senatorial district?
Well, go and look at the infrastructure that has been laid. I think I am the first, I'm ahead of others. But also not only that, impacting in the life of students, advancing the course of, competition brings about the best. We just finished having quiz of 7 local governments, 1,400 students, and we're just about to roll out the results. And this has to do with arithmetic, English, general knowledge of things around us. And then we're able to assess 5 P schools. Over 100 institutions were involved in these processes and in the quiz. And we're getting that. So education is a bedrock of advancement in our society today. And for me, I am a son of a teacher. My parents are both teachers. So for me, it is one of the cardinal things that we want to do to see how we are going to. In fact, also, it's a general knowledge that I advanced the course of my own education, having succeeded as a person, and I went ahead and advanced the course of my own training myself, as an adult. So for me, Obasanjo did it, and I did it also, and so many other people are doing it, because you must understand that it's a cardinal thing, it's critical to, the development. So for me, whatever I am, there's medical, health, education, security, empowerment, these are key cardinal pillars of our political trajectory.
Education is a continuous project. All right, we want to take a very quick break. When we return, we start taking your calls. The program is still ASATU Youth Interactive Program. Please stay tuned.
Great Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install ViewSat TV decoder or any other free-to-air decoder and tune into channel 0031.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803-388-8526 or 0806-883-9902.
ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
To this special episode and of course edition of ASATU Youth Anambra Interactive Forum, and today we are interacting with distinguished Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Patrick Oba of the YPP Young Progressives Progress here on ABS Radio TV, Young Progressive Party. YPP. So we shall open the lines now for you to interact with him, ask your question or make your comment. If you are given the opportunity to talk to us or express yourself, don't use indecent words. Just go straight and ask your question. 0701-863-9546, 0701-863-9546, or 0902-327-3484, 0902-327-3484. We take the next question from Ken.
Okay, thank you. Distinguished Senator Ifeanyi Oba, you raised the concern and you displayed some of your co-contestants who are supposed to be here but are not here. I want to say is that ASATU Youth, which is an umbrella body of 179 communities in Anambra State at the youth level, because we have ASATU which is the parent body, which means Anambra State Association of Town Unions. We are the youth wing, and we have a mandate to see the peace, progress, and security of Anambra State. And being the youth wing of that body, we are changing the narrative. What is the narrative we're changing? We're changing the narrative because we want to let people know that we, the electorate, are the employers. Those who are seeking for us to support them in winning the elections are the employees. And we have to examine, we have to interact with those who want to be voted in. No longer people who want to come in, they're contesting for elections, and youth will be running to them, running to their houses, begging them for this, begging them for that. No, we are saying no to this. We need to examine them, because an employer, before you employ an employee, you must have to examine to know if the person has the right skill set needed to do the job. So we said we are going to have this kind of interactive section where we're going to interact with those who are contesting for the Senate, Anambra, and for that we said today is for the Anambra South, and we invited 6 persons. Then 4 persons indicated they are going to come, and We are seeing you now being showing seriousness. You attached to youth. Let me repeat again, saying thank you. But then, I want to use this opportunity to tell those who are contesting for offices, it is high time they started taking Nigerian youth, especially Anambra youth, seriously. Because we are the game changer. And we are no longer following the old trend, which is to beg. But we are now examining and telling our people, see the persons that we are taking us seriously, and these are people that we're going to take seriously. So, all the very important for us to note that. And 179 communities in Anambra, Abro Obelo Obodo, and the Oifedimpa, Nairu Nuno. 25th, most of us who are voting, literally will go home and vote. So as street leaders, they are expecting us to tell them who to support. And if you don't take us serious, then how will we take you serious? No matter the party you belong to. Anambra project is a very serious project, and governance is a very serious business. And those who are serious should take the business of governance very serious. And I'm using this opportunity to sound this note so that people should take representation in governance as a very big, serious thing. So that's what I want to say in that aspect. Then commend you for coming to interact with us, because assuming if you had come and decided to say nobody is here and decided to go, this program will not hold, because it is not what it's meant for. We are not supposed to come here and tell people. We're here to interact with those who want to represent us. So I want to know about imagine how it will look like. But then just thank you.
Thank you.
The Mr. President, ASATU President, Akamuboka, Senator Ifeanyi Uba, Kansi Wekumbo, na oge nwetago akwụkwọ n'ụlọ chọrọ ka anyị bịa kọwalụ ndị Anambra ka anyị si wee kwado, ka anyị si wee kpọọ jụọ asị anyị nọ 11 ka anyị ga-eji bịa ebe a. Mụnwa bịa nọlụ na-eche afọrọ m ndị afọ kịta ọ na-akụ elekere 2 o'clock, mana nsogbu adịrọ. Daalụ maka ka isi wee commend, because as na clear conscience fears no accusation. O nwere ndị na-achọrọ ka mụ na fa nọkọsịa ka eme because na enwere ife nwere mma ewepụta. Ịma na abịa onye pụta ọ nọ n'azụ, mba na-abara gị n'azụ. So ka ewepụta ife niile ka onye anọlụ, nke mma gwara n'iru ụwa eziokwu, ma nke m gwara n'azụ ụwa asị. Ebe ọ dị otu a, nsogbu adịrọ. Mbọsị ọzọ nụkpụkwara m oku mma abịa, mana m na-agwa ndị Anambra niile ka m si wee kọwaa na mụ nwa bụ Ifeanyi Uba na-azọ ka nchigha azụ na ife mmego na ndị ọzọ emebere, na even maybe Georgia mgbe fa batara anọgo m na dis ọkwa ahụ nọkịta ka ọ na-achị gbago na ife m tigo na ka m si weta. Nwere onye bịara ọchịchị bata nọ na ewu senator na Anambra South on anywhere na any senatorial district na Nigeria weta na project in every ward of his constituency. 119 wards ewetago project there. And then anatago my friends iti equal over 500 million naira ti lụọ nnukwu hospital na Aba, Agbadagba hospital, Kacha hospital, na Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, na Nnamdi Azikiwe University, na alụ na Odakpo Onitsha. Lụọ na all the 7 local government centers, lụọ na kita bute federal presence, law clinic of federal presence there, you know. So even law na na youth competition and about 119 wards na about football competition I get Dubai to discover good footballers among our youth. No make quiz 1,400 people, till 1,100 and something participate in a quiz in 7 local governments simultaneously of 200 per local government, and they are from more than 100 schools. So if I name hidden, Adam intervention, and then also I remember without committee none 30 committees. Onye no nebe anya bata as no senator or no House of Reps, onye no go na 12 years no carry more than 80. So onye ka njibe si bịa the committee no na ọbụrụkwa committee ya wee akpọ committee onwe ka ọ committee on mmekwu as a lawmaker mmekwu committee ọ makpọ committee mana ibi ifu na kpụka ebe a ga-esi na ebe si enye ụmụ anyị ọrụ ebe si enye ndị ọzọ ọrụ so ebe mmadụ jelu na ọfọ dị ka 12 years enwere ife nọ na enwere committee nọ na enwere ife nchọrọ igosi onye a na-awụ ọnwụ n'ọbịa ebe today enwere akpọ zonal intervention project ndị niile will first time legislators na National Assembly House of Rep nwere ife na-akpọ peg ha 122 million every year ego fa na-enyefe a na-enye anyị n'akpa ka anyị spend ya for constituency anyị ndị senators 256 million anyị dị ịtọ 256 ndị House of Reps 122 onye sọsọ ndị niile jelu first time mere 122 o nwere ofu onye mere above 122 almost 180 n'ime ndị House of Reps mana o nwere ofu onye nọgoro na 12 years ife o mere 82 question na je ebe ka 50 do because all do noted na tracker. So some of those things will even as onye ọ na-asị but na ibi ebe igwe onye ọ na-ehuri ese why is na ndị jelu mbụ na-etiru constituency ya 122 nke nwa jelu 12 years ti constituency 82 even in that 82 ide nwe ndị eji eme empowerment menka mana nwere onye anyị ma kọwara anyị kisi mee. And these are things that can bring about transparency in every process ya na-enwe. Do you understand me? So and then inekwa committee ga-assign on there if letters of recommendations then nke m cause nkwulu na nobody in the history of Nigeria jego National Assembly wee wepụta ụdị ego na-enye Nigeria from ife si n'okpuru mpụta from ego ndị ọcha na-analụ Nigerians na-eri ifusi since over 20 years nje wepụta presidency na ife eziokwu si na eziokwu si na agreement and this agreement has signed within the army. That's what they will be using to drain our purses. Immediately and the embassy and threatening internationally. I moved at the motion. I've been at the bill and see my chairman of my committee, Munekai co-sponsor because he will Commission of Police more AIG. He will put out something. He just present here or IG he just present here. But when we can see as not going to present here. So what am I the chairman of my committee? I'm with the deputy chairman upstream. So Muna my chairman partner na bill afu. Mono mo with the motion. My motion when you go put alife na go motion. Ufonye na go ya. Ye with ezigbo ufe do to inye ya deputy ka ogo. You got to go. But he wasn't by Abuja document na Paul ya oje makonya won isi go gosi ni respect for constituted authority. So I make today Nigeria and 800 billion naira and I'm writing to the president. Call one my constituency go my constituency and from that 800 billion naira that is coming to the so we know whistleblower I'm entitled to 5% of that money every year. 5% of that money is 40 billion. So I want that money to be given to my constituency. And that's what I'm fighting with the presidency. You have to go, even though it's not written in law, but then with different whistleblower. Because what we have done is whistleblower. And our people send them to National Assembly, so that money must be given to our people.
Right. Emma, do you have any question? Your last one, brief.
Eba akagonko and Ogosono na alolo. Mana anyị chọrọ onye ga-alụ ọrụ karịa. O nwere ike ọbụla mana for me feel forget on of ekwe not prepared like he said. Mana anyị ga na-ayọ maka na ojubere ilo do na Anambra South etesebele ndị ga-arụ uno agwụbọrọ ndị youth ka na-achọ ọrụ because n'ife siri ike mana nwere ofu okwu ga-abụ oge ụfọdụ anyị na-ekwu mana kịta nwere ọzọ ebe egodo anyị amara etunu ndị na-emebe iwu kedu contribution you nwere na this CBN monitoring the policy I know now and the exercises I na-afọ na-enwe na governance onwere need na ga-akpa aka ka o si dị ego a na-eri si na-eje ọkwụnye aba ajụ nchọ ka njọ daalụ.
Okay, ịma na anyị nọ na research kịta maka nsogbu ego a na-enwe kịta ọ na anyị nọ na session anyị eje tinye ọnụ mana anyị nọ na research and the research anyị wa 28 ka anyị na-resume. So if I wetara ọfụ mgbe anyị na-akpụrụ research but anyị na-eme different call wee na-ajụ because afụfụ ka nkụ and then also I make intervention like intervention about fuel because even about fuel 415 naira. I felt it is totally unacceptable to my people. I'm making intervention people to fuel back to at least around between 200 naira and do it here. So I try that intervention and then I'm putting machineries evening with that intervention. And then these are things we can be doing, and irrespective of heavy politicking, campaigns and things like that. But I say I found them like I'm commission project till eve of election.
I gana mana tupu anya na distinguished senator kedu dịka ike kpagoro na Senate na aha YPP kedu ebe ọ ka YPP ga-eje n'ọganiru ya dịka ebe arụ iri.
Well, YPP mụ awụ the national leader all to kesi wee kwapụ m n'ebe nọ bụ ka njiwe na-akpọ na YPP form was well all mmadụ inwe vision mmadụ onye do determined no nwere ebe ọ na-eje. Sometimes on our chokata mmadụ achụkpo n'ụlọ karịa mma so mụ wee jee wee bidokwazie nke m wee na-ayọ ndị mmadụ ha bịa nene my ideology because sometimes enwere ụfọdụ na-efe ka political parties nwee ezigbo mmadụ ya alụ ọrụ abịa wee maka na ọ ga-ekwuona anyị enye opportunity so YPP na-ewepụta ndị ezigbo mmadụ ndị ezigbo afọ onye wee ezigbo mmadụ na-ada anya ghọrọ ya tinye n'ọkwa ịghọtago so anyị chọrọ ka YPP gaa n'iru dozie and also ọ bụ na onwe ndị nọ na pati ọzọ n'ọnụ fada eme ọfụma YPP na-eme ọfụma they will be challenged to do better ịghọtago so that is the competition anyị na-adị ekwu so anyị abụrụ nnukwu pati mana ndị mmadụ like la ihe nne and mụnwa na onwe m abụ awụm onye afọ julu eluru na National Assembly welu pati akwụrụ na pụta na-anụ ọgụ wele na-ewepụta ife karịa ndị ọzọ in fact change the dynamics full ebe m fụtara full law ede na Senate na political party in the Senate must be represented. Every political party in the Senate must be represented in all committees. We're not putting more committees. Kalian dozo. If one of Balmulu, or Balanyulu, Bal my constituency. Today, Mbian Batana police, Hamanamo, a member of the police committee. Mbatana, Yamanam, member of the committee. Mbatana local content, Mbatana marine transport, Mbatana framework, Mbatana finance, Mbatana judiciary, Mbatana health. Hamanamo, because the minister on Abia Muna interactions. On our briefings, on our meetings, so public hearings and things like that. So for me, make a no the ABS because on name of ma and on a bumbo in Nekin ASATU, Nekin and Anambra in na boss 2050 Kahaje Biaka na YPP and Keneson keep bazu ebe selak akaja kwando. No, Zogo, Cobate, I'm a pedi, Conabatan, the mother, Conabatan, the mother. In Nanya Nifinition Keleke. In Winnie, if you're not for Akwando, green leaves, or Akwando, Kaiji, and Akwando, I don't manifest Keleke. I am my own mother, Kaiji will Akwando, Gossi, Nachineka, Dema.
We want to appreciate you, distinguished Senator Dr. Patrick Ifanyoba, Ebube Chukwuzo, senatorial candidate for YPP. And of course, a sitting senator representing Anambra South Senatorial District. We appreciate you for coming. Dalu Makebia.
Thank you.
Nambo could be a plus for you. We also appreciate you, President, National President, you wing, Comrade Ken Okoli. Dalu. Oh no, ona aratu.
For security gadgets you donated to the state government, and I want to use the name of ASATU Youth to say thank you so much for that contribution, and Governor also appreciated you for that contribution, because development cannot be left in the hands of the state government alone. People are expected to participate, and your contribution is well commendable, and I ask others to also follow the same thing you've done in that aspect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so join us again tomorrow. The interactive session continues tomorrow with Anambra Central senatorial candidates. And so on behalf of the Managing Director of ABS, Achido Bidiegu, Director of Programs, and of course Head of TV and the whole cameraman, a lot of people here I am Eze Onwuji. I wish you well. Bye for now.